I'm not sure how long I've recorded, but my mic sounds were for some reason muted. I think it's this microphone being old. As a matter of fact, I broke my tripod, so the blue snowball is now sitting directly on the desk, and it's not pointing directly towards me, so the mic might sound a little off. And I looked down while I was recording and realized there was no audio coming out. So hopefully some of that was seen. I made those entryways. I just finished making those entryways, so if maybe I'll splice it in on the upper left in fast forward motion. I can actually sleep. There's nobody else online. So it's episode 202. And I'll run down the things that I was just talking about. I already talked about my mic settings. Need UHC Season 4 has been coming out. We're about 2 episodes in. I believe the 3rd episode comes out later today. Let's see. Whoops. Let's get out of here. So that's going on. The only perspectives that I know are... Alright. The only perspectives that I know of that are definitely being shown are myself, Boris, and Panda Tess, who uploaded his entire season in one video because he already died. I think Nixer's uploading a best of highlights video, so you can keep an eye out for that. But yeah, otherwise myself and Boris Praversham are the only two people actually with a series on the UHC that I can see, unless others are gonna pop in later. So my channel's the place to go for that, I guess, and Boris's, I guess, if you want to see another perspective. So let's see. Yeah, episode 202. I was gonna get to the big announcement. Let me just show off what's been done. As you can see, the entryways on either side. These walls are up to where I want them to be. Those entry points are 2 blocks wide. These ones are 3 because of the different sizes. I have mending on everything, thanks to Rad. On my sword, both of my pickaxes, my bow, even an extra bow, which is supposed to help me fly. If you shoot yourself with a punch 2 bow while flying on an elytra, it will propel you farther. However, I have yet to master the technique, so I don't know if it's oh, there we go. I don't know how much like what the angle is, or how far I need to drop back my bow, but as you can see, it's just shooting arrows. But yeah, that might just be the lag, if anything. Just too laggy to do it. So yeah, I guess since we already did the first part of this whole thing, I'll show you, we'll do the second part. Hopefully I'll have enough items to do this with. Let me get this out of there. I'm gonna take, I'll keep that. Snow. My chests are becoming a mess, even though I have this nice little storage system down here. Put that away, put that away, put this away, put this away, put these away, and we are going to take these. Turns out we have way more than enough for this. Fly through the door. Aw, just just a bit too low. So we're going to do a bit of we're going to do a bit of advanced lighting in here. We got to be careful of the ice, obviously. We don't want it to melt. But yeah, we're going to take care of this. Let's see. So we're going to start here. And we're just going to do this. Which means we don't need torches. Actually, let's do it. How do I want to do this part? I think I'll take care of that later. And this is a 2-block wide staircase. So I'm just going to double up here. Alright. These are actually important. Yeah, I think I quickly went through everything I needed to go through. Just listed them off. I talked about did this a little bit weird. I talked about how work gave me a little bit less hours because they run off a labor program that tells them what their labor rates should be for the day and for certain times of the day, which means they can't schedule certain people for certain times because of labor, which means I get scheduled an hour shorter because the labor gods say so, basically. And so I have to come in at 6 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. like I normally do. And that costs me an hour. Of course, I can always just come in and say, hey, let me clock in now. And usually they'll say, yep, let's do that. Because when I show up to work, all of the oh, that's not a thing anymore. Because when I show up to work, all of the dishes are waiting to be done, so that'll work for now. They're all just piled up at the sink. That's probably my least favorite part about my job, even though it does give me, even though it is part of my job. But showing up to work with everything just being a mess and not the way it's supposed to be is really annoying. Because there are only 2 dishwashers that work here. Everyone else pretty much has very little experience on the line, so when I come to work, the dirty dishes are everywhere. There are certain bins that we use for like silverware and other smaller items that aren't properly set up, and the little waiting area for the clean dishes is also not properly set up, so you got dishes precariously balanced in the sink area, which is where they're supposed to be, but they're supposed to be these baking sheets that go over the sinks so you can place all the dishes on them, but nobody does that, so they just kind of balance them on the sinks themselves. That is completely wrong. And so, yeah, then I have to fix that problem, and it's a little overwhelming to begin with, because you show up to work with all this stuff, and everybody's busy, and as soon as you get there, they're asking you to run the silverware, or, you know, run this or that, and you just got there, and you're trying to organize the mess they made. Luckily, I'm good enough at my job to get it done pretty quickly, but it's still annoying. That takes care of that. You know, a little laggy on the old video. Hoping my settings aren't reset. Speaking of things being reset, my thermostat was reset today, or yesterday. That's the highlight of my life. The exciting life of Ace. When your thermostat gets reset while you're at work. Apparently there was supposed to be some, like, inspection thing to make sure you're not destroying the place. I don't know if it's already happened because I've been at work, and it hasn't happened while I've been here. So I'm not sure if the people who inspected reset my thermostat, or if a power outage may have done it. I don't know if that's a possible thing, but yeah, I came home and my thermostat was set to 85 degrees, and it's supposed to be, or I have it set for 75, so my place was heating up. Speaking of heat, do I want to talk about that? I kind of want to save that for vlog. Oh, no, I'll talk about it. I'll compare Florida summers to Tennessee summers, because it's been a while since I've talked about Florida. It's been a while since I've even lived there. Basically what I'm going to do after all this, I'm probably going to get done during the day, which kind of sucks, unless I sleep now. Get me some of these. Let's have a sleep. There we go. But yes, Florida summers really suck, and that's one of the main reasons why I chose to move out. What happened here? What in blazes happened here? Let's get our fingers right first. There we go. That was unusual. But yes, Florida summers are one of the reasons why I moved. Another being the fact that I was tired of being stuck in this dead-end financial situation and wanted kind of a fresh new start, which has been working out really well so far. But yes, Florida summers reach up into the 90s Fahrenheit, and then the humidity is in the upper 90 percentage. Never quite makes it to 100 degrees. Maybe a little farther south. In fact, probably not even there. You could... I think the hottest temperatures I've actually seen officially recorded are like 98 degrees. And, oops. Okay, that was weird. And, let's see. here in Tennessee, it's been in the 90s, and it's been pretty hot, but it actually hasn't been anywhere near as hot as Florida has, probably partially due to the fact that the humidity is lower. That definitely makes it feel... Man, I did it again. Makes it feel cooler, or at least less hot. And then, not every day has been in the 90s. Like today, it's supposed to be 89, and tomorrow is supposed to be like 84, and then 86. So, and the temperatures are already starting to drop, and it's only July. It's probably going to go back up. But we did go through a bit of a heat wave at the East Coast. Is probably really feeling right now. We didn't feel too much of it, but yeah, it just has not been as hot as Florida, and that is nice. Another good thing to note is that it hasn't been as rainy either. It has and it hasn't. It hasn't been raining every day on time like it does in Florida. However, the past few days it has rained off and on for the past couple days, and yesterday it was just off and on all day. This is like band after band of storms moving in. So even at past midnight, around 1 a.m., it was raining away. This part should be really easy. So, it's been nice. Not to mention the fact that the summers here didn't start till June, and in Florida it could start as early as April. So, you get those nice 90-degree Fahrenheit temperatures, and as early as late April, early May. Whereas here, it didn't happen until June. So, as a matter of fact, when I moved in April, the temperatures in Florida were right around the 80s. And the day that I moved to Tennessee, it was in the 50s. So, that was something. Alright, so at this point, I just need to knock out all the torches, and when the sun sets again, we'll see the difference. Obviously, these corners are going to be dark, and these flatter sections are going to be dark. But it is going to help me see how far the lighting goes. So, I'm going to need more sea lanterns, which means I'm going to take a trip to the Guardian farm after this episode. So let's see, what else is left to do out here? I gotta do the roof, and then the Jumbotron, which is where the beacon is gonna go. And then I need to fix this part. Let's take care of that right now. What? I guess that works. Yeah, I gotta take care of the roof. I have to do the locker rooms. I have to do the Jumbotron. Those are probably all going to happen next. The locker rooms are probably going to be my least favorite because of the whole space issue. I need to design it a little better than I did last time. Last time they were pretty cramped. Although, I guess I don't need to make a full-size locker room because we're not going to have... we're probably not going to have that many people playing. I still need to figure out the goal system. Because, There's no actual indication that a goal has been scored. But when an item, it used to be that when an item goes through a hopper, it emits a redstone signal, in which I could use that to light up a redstone lamp. But when I tried it, it did not work. I don't know if there was something that I did differently in the Eagle server, or if it's just changed. I'll have to look it up on the wiki and see if there's any way that I can work around it. I think the workaround actually would be to put string there and then have that emit a redstone signal. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. But that may mean that I would have to lower everything, and then that would mean the face-off system would have to change, and it sounds like a lot of changes. So torches up on the wall, right? So yeah, these corners are going to need lighting, and the flat area is going to need lighting. So let's see, we got 21 of these. Let's do one here. Oops. I meant to go after it. I don't know why I said whoops. I don't want to put any over there, because I feel like if I get too close I'm going to start melting the ice. So this should kind of work. It'll probably just have to be a test for now, because I only have so many blocks. The sun is going down. So let me go get those slabs and we'll take a look at it, and then we'll end the episode off. So I'm probably going to work on the roof a bit off camera. I might do the glass part on camera. The locker rooms are going to happen on camera. I also have to figure out what I'm going to do with these areas. Like the underside here. I might leave it as is and just like extend the wall. Like, see how this goes. Like here. That will be like the edge of the tunnel, and then the beginning of the building, and this whole part will probably just stay as is. Alright, so let's get up here. Let the sun set. Obviously the dark points are going to be in the corners and on these flat surfaces. So those are the areas that I will be lighting up off camera. It looks like everything in terms of the staircases are lit up pretty well, which is good. And I like the sea lanterns a little better than what I used last time, which was glowstone. Glowstone was it was pretty much the only lighting system at the time, besides the redstone lamps. So, but that looks nice. Looks a lot smoother. I like it. So, let me clean up some of the snow here. And so yeah, we have a few more things to do around the stadium. Put the roof on. The Jumbotron's going to have to happen after the roof. And then the locker rooms will happen. Locker rooms might be a couple parts, because I got a few potential things to incorporate. Yeah, as you can see, the wider sections, like over there, also need lamps. Creepers spawn on the flat area. Skeletons spawned in that little dark spot in this wide stretch of stands here. So, like, right here. I said we were done. We'll just do this real quick. Fix it. Yeah, that takes care of the entire thing, too. But yeah, as you see, zombies and stuff spawning in the corners. Let's take care of this. Lighting areas near the ice is going to be tough. That's definitely a problem. Stuck just shoveling snow. Trying to end the episode off. I promise I'll be done right here, right after we do this. Okay. We're done. We're done. Stop shoveling. We need to get out of here anyways. Alright, so yes, that should do for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. And I shall see you all next time.